grab a glass, grab your favorite bottle. Gotta sip it slow, yeah, that's the motto. Get relaxed, no reason to trip. It's the boy Brocky, man, whiskey and kicks. We pour a glass, toss it up. Air Max 1s on my feet, throw them up. Get relaxed, no reason to trip. It's the boy Brocky, man, whiskey and kicks. Kicking game on drinks and libations. Sipping on it slow, keeping with the patience. Freeze on my feet, you know I stay racing. Drinking straight up, ain't nobody chasing.
All right, man. We back at it, man. This is, we're gonna call this the Whiskey and Kicks unboxing heat check, man.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? We checking the
that.
heat. We checking heat on the show. We got my man Vic in the building, aka DJ Freeze.
What's up?
What's good?
What's up, baby? What's up, man? Can I get a little bit? Can I get a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
It's good.
You know, I come out of retirement every once in a while when the crew needs me. I'm outside.
This is true.
Good to see you in these streets, man.
Yeah, man. I said, let me slide through and provide a little bit of some summer heat.
Yeah, we know how you do, man. We still waiting on that 90s dancehall juggling, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need
that. We need that.
I mean,
Put that out in the community.
You did. There was a request, and I think I need to fulfill that. I need to fulfill that request, bro.
All I'm asking for is a playlist at bare minimum.
But, no, I can't do no play. That's short change. Anybody, you can get a 10th grader to do a playlist. I'm bigger than that. Y'all know
Joe,
I'm bigger than that.
Joe speaking for himself. I want horns and all that.
I want horns and, hey yo.
What's been good with you, man?
Nothing, man. Just been kicking it, chilling, man.
Yeah. You looking like you're living life out there, bro. I love it.
I'm starting to, I'm settled down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So I've done that. I have 2 kids now.
Yes.
So,
2 beautiful girls.
2 beautiful girls. I'm a girl dad. Shout out to Kobe. Right?
Yeah, indeed. Shout out to Kobe.
And
I don't like shouting Kobe out on that. I'm sorry.
On the girl dad thing?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You kind of existed before this, man.
Oh no, y'all existed before.
We didn't know that, but
the hashtag girl dad thing.
Yeah, the hashtag was him. Anyway, America.
It's acknowledging the brothers who's doing it.
Anyway, America. As we digress, we'll move on from there.
Yo, Joe scooting a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll digress and move in from there. But yeah, man. So that's life.
So look, man. Let's do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? We sitting here with this whiskey here. This is my infinity bottle. An infinity bottle is a bottle that consists of multiple bottles that you drink down to like a certain amount. Whatever. So you just take the rest of that and just pour it all in the bottle, all different times. So you got rye in here, you got bourbons in here. It's just rye and bourbons and different proof statements and stuff like that. Different brands, all Colonel E.H. Taylor in there, Old Forester in there, Old Scout. It's all types of shit in here.
Okay.
And I must say it's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I can see that the bottle has been
It's been tampered with.
It's been tampered with.
Yeah.
So yo, cheers, man.
All right, cheers,
to
man.
this.
Friendship.
This
All
is
right.
a great thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's your thoughts?
That's some heat.
That's some heat to it.
That's some heat. That's some heat to
Some
it.
heat.
But it is smooth. It's not
It's
harsh
nice.
heat. Right?
Yeah, it's nice, yo.
So it's a nice, smooth heat. I like it a lot, man.
I get the sweetness on the front end and then the heat on the back end of this.
Yeah.
So as the resident non-super drinker, I will say I wasn't sure what was going to come of that.
Okay.
Mainly because we've tested so many of these, we drank so many of these in their own space as each individual bottle.
Yeah.
And they all had so many different tones and textures and everything. I wasn't sure how it would translate if you mix them all together.
Yeah.
Right.
What shows up is, I agree, it's really smooth on the beginning. At the end of it, boss, it is.
The heat shows up.
It is not for the faint of heart, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
Little Wayne say? Fireman.
I'm here to tell you, the heat shows up, but it's
Fireman.
good though. It's good though. Like, I could see someone getting carried away
This is not
real
bad.
easy because it's gonna jump on your back.
Good, right?
It's good.
So how many whiskeys and bourbons did you?
I had to have about 12. It was like 12 bottles. Yo.
12.
I had a bunch of bottles lined up and just boom, 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 poured them all in there.
Okay.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? My mom gave me this decanter for Father's Day.
I like that,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
That's
It's nice, right?
That's bold.
I should have had the glasses, but I only had 2 glasses, so
bold.
we'll go with these.
That's really awesome.
I feel like what's my man name from Cinemax? The dude, the fixer, the Hollywood fixer dude.
Oh,
Ray
you-
Donovan?
I feel like Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. Yeah.
like
Ray
Ray
Donovan.
After a long day.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. So, big man, let's get into it, brother. Like, you are known for the sneaker thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
you kill the sneaker game. Like, what's your what was your earliest memory? You know, with the whole sneaker thing.
So my earliest memory would be going. So let's start back. I'm a New Yorker, right?
Yeah.
I live in D.C., New Yorker, but I'm from Brooklyn, right? So being from Brooklyn, we only had about 3 or 4 major sneaker places in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first place that I remember, Sneaker King. If you were from Brooklyn and you grew up in the 80s, Sneaker King was a staple, right? Going to Sneaker King and looking at Jordan 2s, 3s.
Where was that at in the city? Was that downtown?
So Sneaker King had to be around, so I grew up around Ocean and Newkirk, so it had to be around East Flatbush. That's like your
Okay.
East Flatbush
Yeah.
area, right? So
Yeah.
Sneaker King was there. And just Jordans, man. I remember just the nostalgia of smelling a sneaker.
Yes, I still do that
The
to this day.
nostalgia of when the sneaker was wrapped up in that cellophane plastic.
Yeah.
And you grab it as a little kid and
On
you
the wall,
sniffing
right?
it on the wall. And you're sniffing it, right? Those things. And then as I got older, it was more about the sneaker and the outfit. So it wasn't about, you had to pair your sneaker with the right outfit. So that's when we talk about places, being from New York, Jimmy Jazz. We
Jimmy
talk about VIM, or from the Caribbean, Vim's.
I was about to say Vim.
Church Avenue, Flatbush. So
Yeah.
you had to have the right ensemble
Yeah.
for your sneaker. And Jordans were a classic, Air Maxes were a classic,
Air Max is
Air
classic.
Force Ones. So truth be told, the Air Force One lows in the 90s were not in. It was the mids. Everyone
word.
wanted the mids with the strap. You had to have the strap, and you had to have your strap. The strap was unlaced, unstrapped,
Yeah, just hanging there.
just hanging in there, flapping
Flapping
it away,
in.
flapping, right? And the strap had to be was flapping, and that's when we're talking about phases where Fat Farm was in.
Yeah.
Your Sean John jean suit was in. You had to have that whole makeup, right? So that's when the Air Force One was popular, and Timbs were popular. So
That's
Timbs
crazy.
were in those Air Forces were always in Air Max 95s, always popular. There was a time where Jordans weren't as popular as Air Force Ones when I was from, right? And your Air Maxes were more seen as the popular shoe.
Yeah, Air Max was that.
So let me, as a New Yorker, talk to me about as you said, there were the notable. There was Sneaker King. You know, you went downtown Brooklyn, different places for the larger places. But talk about what it was like for the Flatbush Avenue run or the Nostrand Ave run for the smaller mom and pop sneaker shops that you depended on instead of getting all the way to Sneaker King.
So those small mom and pop shops, they only had a finite number of shoes when they came out, right? And it wasn't a line like, you have these sneaker releases.
No,
So
that
it
didn't
wasn't
exist
a
back
line.
then.
None of that existed. So there wasn't the demand for it. It was, hey, can my parents afford it?
Right.
It came.
Right.
So that's what it was about. It was for that area was more about, can my parents actually afford buying a sneaker?
Yeah.
So I remember my dad bought me a pair of white Jordan 3s.
Cement joints.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I probably ran those shoes down to the ground.
Ain't no problem.
But they say to the white meat. I ran those shoes to the white meat, bro.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. So, and
That's my favorite J.
that's right. And those J's were so classic and they go with anything.
Yeah,
and if you look at the way that they were made now versus then, right? I think the materials were more rich
back then.
As it compared to now, right?
I
Because
agree.
now they're massively produced more, and that's the thing too. We didn't talk about, right? The production. Not everyone had them.
Right.
No, son.
Yeah.
So it was only a handful of people that had them. So it was more. It didn't seem like, it's not
So
like your
mass
Air Force
produced?
One. Yeah, mass produced. Your Air Force One that you have now, or everyone now has the SB Pandas.
Yeah.
Everyone
black and
has the
white.
black and white pants. Everyone
And
has the black and white
as
pants.
hard as those dunks are,
Right.
I love them to death. The basic black and white.
Right.
It's like I can't get a pair. It's because it's like it's crazy.
So I will tell you this. I'll be truthful. I have a pair.
I ain't knocking that.
They're the most uncomfortable shoe. They feel like I'm walking on cardboard.
The non SB dunk is not the most comfortable shoe in the world.
It's not.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. It feels like I'm walking on cardboard.
Yeah, I get you.
The sole. They're not comfy. It's not a comfy shoe.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I'll say one of the things that I always found as the resident Air Force One guy, not with that, what I always found for those small mom and pop spots were the ability to get other colors for certain things. So like if I wanted, like you said, they didn't really manage the major releases or anything because they were small. But if you were Air Force One guy, I could go to the one little sneaker store right here on Flatbush and they would have the white and yellow joints.
Yeah.
And then I'd go 2 doors down. They wouldn't have the white and yellow, but they may have the white and purple.
Right,
Because they
right,
only
right.
got a certain amount and they didn't want to have the same.
Right.
So they always had something different. But to add to your point, at that time, if a person was walking around with those cements on, then they were a different human being.
Yeah.
It was you were a different, and we talking about, not to regionalize this, but you didn't just move around with cements on in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Especially back in those days.
that made for a long weekend.
That made for
It's gonna be
For
some
you,
sad, some sad times.
if you weren't built like that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Or attached to someone who was built like that.
Right.
And you could be built like that and still get a long weekend.
You better believe. But your chances were better to survive the weekend.
Yeah.
On the release weekend.
And you want to know something? I don't think my parents knew what those were. You know what I'm saying? Like the impact of those having those white cements were.
Yeah.
Because if they knew, I wouldn't have got the white cement.
Right, 'cause they know what that brings.
Yeah, they know the look and whatever that brings.
You know what's
But
crazy? Oh, go ahead.
Not to cut you
No,
off,
my
but
bad.
talking about the 80s, we're talking about Nikes. Those weren't a popular shoe. So there was a brand, right? If you remember, called Travel Fox.
Oh.
Now
we
we're
get
taking
into
past regionalism. We're going to what we are as West Indians.
Indians, right? So being West Indian, being from Flatbush, which is predominantly West Indian, Travel Fox and Bally's were the it shoe. Like if you were, as they say, getting money, if you were, of a certain cloth, you would have these
You
shoes.
are preaching now, baby.
I'm not West Indian.
Right.
But Travel Fox is huge. I know all about it, but I was a Bally guy.
What happened
as a child.
to Travel Fox, right? As a child, I saw those shoes. They were made. What happened to Travel Fox? What happened to Bally?
I don't. No,
Travel
Bally's.
Fox, I'd like to believe that Travel Fox were kicked to the side for Wally's.
Okay.
That's legit. I
Right?
can go with
Because of what they did, right? And remember the Clarks.
Yeah.
Clarks took over because West Indians, they not only did they didn't really wear Wally's so much, they wore the other Clarks with the tab in the back.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? And so it's funny you said that your parents didn't really understand Jordans. My mom, I remember I got my first pair of Travel Fox, and my mom was like, "No, you can't," because they didn't know Jordan, but they knew Travel Fox,
knew what that-
right?
yeah,
Because they're Trinidadian.
Right,
and my
right.
dad didn't really know Jordan. My mom knew. They weren't buying them because my mom worked in school, so she understood. But the West Indian side of both of them was like, "Oh, absolutely not with the Travel Fox, because that means you out in them, you with those guys.
You out there.
Now you got to stand all slew-footed. You know what I mean?
Outside.
You gotta have one foot sit to the
you know what I mean?
side.
You always got to be from here with it.
There's a certain lean you got to
There's a
carry
certain
you on
lean.
with that, right?
Yeah,
There's a
with
certain
the
lean you got to have with that.
That's hilarious,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, so you're right. Travel Fox.
Fox was
That was a
huge
thing,
shoe,
man.
Man, Travel
Travel
Fox
Fox,
is
and I
hard.
think Uptown and like Harlem, Bally's were their thing, right?
Yeah.
So Brooklyn, I would say Travel Fox in the 80s and Bally's were their thing. So that was, as they say, designer drip. That was our designer drip, right? That was our drip and design drip in the 90s. In the 80s was, your design drip was you get a custom made suit. So we didn't have Dapper Dan in Brooklyn. So if all people were like, you're in the East Coast, Dapper Dan was a Harlem thing. We had our own. You would go to your local laundromat. They would make your own silk suit or linen suit, and you would get yourself a pair of Travel Fox or Bally's to go with that, and that was it. But we didn't. Dapper Dan was for rappers and people who lived uptown.
Remember they used to actually call them Shabba sets.
Shabba sets, right? Because
That's
of Shabba,
hilarious.
Used to call them
Shabba
Shabba
ranks.
sets. You get you a shop. And then I remember the one time the only time I was ever able to rock those Travel Fox, I had, remember the Damage?
Damage jeans.
Damage.
I had a whole Damage. It was black and white.
Damage and used.
Damage and used. And then I had a jean colored joint and I had a pair of navy blue Travel Fox. And I got to wear them one time with that whole set. I was the whole shit of the whole night. And my mom was like,
Never again. He's done.
they gotta be out of here.
I had a pair of
Because now
brown
you're
ones.
looking like them guys.
Yeah.
I had a pair of brown ones. And the pair of brown ones, I had like a whole like cream suit, like
Yeah.
damaged jeans. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Again, a little damaged jeans with the brown. Man, I think I had some S-Chrome out here. Don't judge. Whoever's out. Had a little
I did it.
S-Chrome, a little
We did it.
texturizer. Had a little
I did it.
texturizer.
I did a texture. We call it texturizer.
Texturizer. Watch it. It was not S-Chrome. Texturizer.
Texturizer, not
Texturizer.
Esker, not Esker.
Texturizer. Ooh.
Yeah.
wee.
Did troops ring off in the city? Because I don't know from upstate.
Right.
Troops went crazy up there.
Truth, from what I remember, I was a little younger.
Little
at
younger,
that time,
okay,
right?
yeah,
so
yeah.
To say like I don't remember it like that.
Word.
They didn't
word.
last long.
No, they didn't. But those
didn't
ice
last
lambs
long.
was hard
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
I remember Troop. I do remember seeing it, but I don't remember it being such an influence as, like we said, the Travel Fox,
Yeah.
the Bally's, and then later came on the Bart Simpson T-shirts and your cross colors.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
early '90s era. Right?
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's crazy. Like, you know, what I'm thinking about, what you're making me think about is, you know, just comparing back then to now. You speaking about a parent taking a child to go get some sneakers. Now, a lot of places you go to get these sneakers, they don't even let you try them on in the store.
Yeah.
Like, even if you go to Major, there's certain sneakers you can't try on at Major. You can't. They're not gonna let you do that, you know, because the whole crease aspect. So how do parents even shop for their children now that might be into the sneaker game? It's a hypothetical question, but it just made me think about that because I remember going to the store and sitting there and trying on Jordans, you know what I'm saying, and smiling from ear to ear, you know what I'm saying? My pops cop them for me, but now like you can't try these sneakers on when you go to the store. You either gonna cop them or not.
Or we even take it a step further, right? Technology now we have apps like your StockX.
That's true.
Go, our Stadium Goods, where you just one click of you know, 2 or 3 clicks, and now you have the shoe, right? So
If they fit or not, one
they
way or
fit
another.
or not, right? And there's something about going to the store, trying on the shoe, that you're talking about here, smiling ear to ear, that the app can't provide, right?
They
App
can't
is-
provide
they
that,
can't provide
yo.
that, right? That app is lacking that. So
Yup.
I think as a sneakerhead, I would like the game to go back to whatever it is, what it was of, you know, you be able to go to the store and get the shoe. I am tired of the long lines. I am tired of the up pricing. I am tired of
It's crazy.
all those things now that has made it become. It's not even part of the culture now.
Nah.
It's and what Joe and I was referring to, that was the culture. The 80s, the Bally's, the trap, that was a culture.
Yeah.
That was a culture with it. Now it seems like it's lost its.
Yeah, because back then it was like for me, there's a store that I went to called All Tiers, and All Tiers had the Bally's. They're there. You just ain't getting them.
Yeah.
I got them. You know what I'm saying? Like I got them, and I worked for them, or my parents supported at a certain point. But once I got to a certain age, that's how I spent my money on music and sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So they were readily available. This is not everybody can get them. What you got, Joe?
I think that's really interesting in terms of when you talk about Bally's and where they were. at the time, because Bally as a company is a top tier fashion brand.
Absolutely.
However, these specific type of sneakers, you could get them at your local sneaker store. I don't know anyone who ever went to the quote unquote Bally store or had Bally, like they had on hard bottoms and suits or leisure suits. You didn't go to the Bally store and get Bally sneakers. You know what I mean?
No,
which is really wild when you think about it, because they were strictly athletic and sold in a completely different space.
Yeah.
Well, the Ballys that we were rocking, that I was rocking, because I don't really know a lot of other cats that had them. It was some older dudes, but they were shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because we all went through that piece. We wearing sneakers like gym shoes and basketball shoes. Then we wanted to get a little slick, put on a rayon shirt or something. You know what I'm saying?
With the semi round toe.
So these Ballys was like suede and leather.
You
know what I'm saying? They had the quarter joints or whatever, and they had the leather around the toe box, and what I'm saying, the suede with the beat and on the side. Like them shits was hard. So I did that. You know, and as a child, like I'm walking around with this rayon shirt and these Ballys on. Like, I'm a young man. It's crazy.
Don't catch fire. That rayon shirt, dude.
Yeah, listen.
Listen, man. You get one bead of sweat on your back, baby. That thing is strapped to you for good, baby.
Stick it to you, son. Rayon shirts, you know what I'm saying? So, we was influenced by the older dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, was it kind of like that for you growing up, like seeing what the older dudes was doing and trying to, kind of.
Man. Well, I come from the era of what Nissan Maximas and Crusaders were. Crusaders and your BMW 3 Series were a thing, right?
Yes, sir.
That's that box BMW or that Acura Legend. Those were household names.
Don't let somebody show up with a 7.
A
like
7
a BMW
series?
7, the old joints.
Man. I mean, so those guys that were hopping out of those cars, right? That was, again, part of the culture where we talk about those guys. They didn't go to, your Bloomingdale's or these big department stores to get their clothing, right?
Yeah.
They went to places like the mom and pops, which for some reason, you bring up a really good point. How did they have Ballys at these?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Why were Ballys in Travel Foxes?
Flatbush.
And Travel Fox is also a high-end brand.
The leather on that Travel Fox is soft leather.
It was just like Ballys.
Yeah. And maybe they knew something we didn't know, right?
Yeah.
But that's what really influenced us and influenced me at that time. And the graffiti and the hip hop and reggae was a very big, important part of my life, man.
Yo, is there anything you can remember back then that you looked at, like some that people consider trash? It's like, you rocking those?
I would say that overalls.
Overalls,
right? And
You look down?
And not overall. And we talking about overall shorts. So remember the overall shorts? We talking about the Steve Irwin joints.
The purple joint. The purple joint.
And that was like
killing me right now. This guy's killing me.
That or the British Nikes.
British Nikes, BKs.
BKs didn't translate.
They didn't make it all the way, but they infiltrated a little bit, but they didn't completely.
I got killed one year.
I had a pair of BKs, and I look back, I was like, this shoe was disgusting.
They had like a stonewash thing on the Nubuck or whatever that was. They had some wild shit going on with BKs.
I think that maybe I don't know. Again, I don't know how.
I had the black and white joints.
I had a pair of black and brown joints.
But I think for me, again, having the West Indian parents, you catch the wave sometimes too late.
Yes.
When your West Indian parents actually agree to it, the wave is on its way out at that age. And so when I got my it happened to me twice. BKs, and I had a pair of running E-Tonics.
E-Tonics is hard though.
E-Tonics was hard.
At the end of the wave, they weren't what they were.
Right.
And by the time my parents said, yes, you can get them, I showed up to school and niggas was like, you got the Burger Kings?
The Burger Kings.
Yeah, man.
I have to admit to both of y'all, I was late on the sheepskin wave. I had a great joint, but I was late. It was too late. It was too late. I wore it once, and that was it.
That's what we don't admit. It's not brought up a lot, we look nostalgically at the things we had, but sometimes you got to remember when you got it in the wave, because there were people who got it when it was the thing, when it was hitting.
They were part of making the wave.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or the wave was over and you were still holding on.
Yeah,
to
you was
it.
trying.
That too.
You don't want to hold on to the wave.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a time. I don't know if I had something like that. Cause I usually like going against what everyone else is doing. I'm still like that to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, was there ever a time when you did something like that? Like you held on a little too long? Like, you know, this didn't hit the way I thought it was gonna hit.
I'm trying to remember.
You know, I did it once. I had a big wheel. I was like, you know, the winter came and the summer. The summer I got back on my big wheel. I was like, this feels ridiculous.
What was a wave that I hit that, let me think, what's a wave that I hit? I don't know. I think that when it comes to fashion.
Think you a wave guy, son? Come on.
No, I think when it comes to
Rick is
fashion,
a
I
wave guy.
try to stay not on trend.
Yeah.
Or try to look at what everyone else is, you know, what they're doing, I'm not going to do.
Do I need to cue the Beanie Man? We set the trend.
So I'm about to let me ask you a question. Since we're talking wave, we know that there's as a young person, and obviously we should start to transition further past, but as a young person, give me one of your first day, high school now.
Okay.
Give me one of your Hall of Fame high school outfits.
Ooh, Tommy Hill. I had the whole Tommy Hill
What,
joint. So,
give it to me. What was the footwear?
there's two.
What was the situation?
So there's two, right? I'll put the two out there. And shout out to, you know, my homies. They know what it was. So
That's funny. That means it's really Hall of Fame if they know what it
They
is.
know what it was. So I had two. I had Polo. So I had the whole. This is when Polo. This is like after the snow. This is when Polo had like the fleece, the whole fleece set.
Yeah.
I rocked it with the black Timbs and the double sole.
Don't ever.
Rock that single sole. So I had the double sole Timbs with the whole black. I was killing them.
Yeah.
Killing them. And the
Nasty.
next was, I can tell you this.
With the Timbs black or they
Timbs
was
black. Timbs
Okay.
black.
So you went all black.
All black with the blue Polo Sport.
Right
color
across
blue,
the chest.
And then the blue Polo
Down the,
Sport.
I know
the
exactly
sides.
what you're talking about.
Nice. That was a nice wave. And that's when I had my 360. So I was waving.
Oh, you was out of there.
real wave.
You had a brush in your pocket.
Seasick. I was seasick back then.
The seasick.
So here's a funny story. So I'll take it back. So I was this was the transition between junior high and high school, right?
Okay.
My parents, I had got on a Tommy Hilfiger button up. So we talking about 1996, Tommy Hilfiger button up, right? So still living in Brooklyn at the time, and I'm dating, dating this girl, right? So she calls me. She's like, "Hey, my parents are not home. You should come over." You know, it's okay, right?
Right,
This is
right.
13,
Bing
14.
bong before bing bong.
This is the big
Right.
bomb before the big bomb. This is the pew pew.
Right.
Right? So take the dollar van. You know what I'm saying? I'll take
dollar
Take
van.
the dollar van down there. She lived like Flatbush and Kings Highway. So take the dollar van from where I'm from, and like in Kings Highway, had to walk like 4 blocks.
Jesus.
Jeez, hot summer day.
It's a long ride on the
Long
dollar van.
sleeve polo. So
You got hold on.
it's long sleeve Tommy Hilfiger. I'm sorry.
You got on and I'm glad that you're putting this
Yeah.
into context.
Yeah.
That the reason why, because you're getting to this chick's house.
Yes.
This young lady's house.
Yeah.
But you got on a long sleeve Tommy
Hill-
in
long
the
sleeve-
summertime.
Summertime, because this was my fresh.
Because this is your
fresh.
fresh.
This is
Your Hall of Fame
This is
outfit.
my Hall of Fame Tommy Hilfiger. It was it was back then. It was all right. Get to the house, you know, we start fooling around. Nothing crazy, right? PG, because we're kids at this point, right?
Right.
PG, we're kids, right? All I hear is, what's that? Let's say her name was Kim. Kim, open the door. It's her dad. So she lived in a house. Her dad forgot his keys. So he's calling her downstairs. She's like, "You have to leave. We're on the second floor. How am I going to leave out the second floor?"
In your Hall of Fame outfit.
In my Hall of Fame
Your
Tommy
Hall of Fame
Hilfiger
outfit.
the Tommy Hilfiger button down that I wore so much that it started. You iron something, it started to get that shiny.
Get that shimmer
I
on.
got that shimmer on the back.
that
Shimmer on the back.
You living in your moment right
I'm living
now.
in my moment. The shimmer on the back. I was more nervous about the Tommy Hill. How
I'ma live.
my Tommy Hill button up. She's like, you gotta jump out the window. I said, wait, what?
There's no way.
Folks, I jumped out the window. Second floor. Jump out the window, land and, do a tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
Oh, I didn't do
Dirt.
nothing.
Yeah.
Dirt on the Tommy Hill. Brushed it off. However, there was a barbed wire fence.
You gotta climb that now?
You gotta climb the fence.
Did you have to lay your joint over it? Like they do in the movies?
I had to lay my joint over
Oh my God.
the Tommy Hill figure.
Ruined.
Ruined.
Ooh, that hurt, yo.
Hall of Fame Tommy Hilfiger
Tommy
died
Hill figure.
on
So
the fence.
I'm walking back. I see her like, go, go. And I'm looking back. My shirt.
You left it on the fence.
No, the shirt. I got the shirt on, and it's all ripped
Oh
up.
my
And she's like, go, 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 because her dad was coming upstairs, and I guess he's gonna look out.
He's gonna look out the window,
So
right,
she's
right,
like
right.
telling me go, and I'm looking like, you see what happened with my shirt here? This is the Hall of Fame Tommy Hill figure. I ironed it so much, it got the shine on its shirt.
It died that day.
I am on the dollar van, depressed,
Oh, heading back.
riding back.
Going back home with a
Bro.
dollar man
In a ripped up Tommy joint.
in a savaged.
In a savage Tommy Hill figure shirt.
Dang. The things we did and do for girls, yo.
So that is the
That's
Hall of Fame. You want to know
The Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame outfit died that
Died
day.
that day. I don't know.
Cheers
I
to
don't know
that,
if I
man.
cried.
Cheers to that.
got-
That's crazy.
That's
I don't know if it was
fantastic.
You gotta drink, bro. You gotta drink.
I don't know if I cried that day. I think I did. I might did.
Straight up. That's crazy,
Wow.
son.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
So besides your cement 3s, give me. All right. So you obviously you graduated high school. You transitioned.
Right.
If you can think of right now what they meant to you, give me your top 5 Hall of Fame sneakers that you've owned.
Top 5 Hall of Fame sneakers.
And they could have meant whatever they are, but just joints that you own that you were like, when I got these were just the greatest things. They could have been those British Knights.
Okay.
It's just in that moment.
So
yeah.
I would put a pair of Travel Fox in there because I had
Okay.
the brown ones that we talked about. Like that was it for me. 'Cause I seen those guys that were
Those
doing
guys.
those things.
Yeah.
Yup.
In my community, I had them. Cement 3s, a pair of Jordan 1s. So the Jordan 1s, Air Max 95s. So the grape ones,
Yeah.
right? So those were really nostalgia. Bo Jacksons, the pair of bows.
Son, I
Oh,
love
the
those.
original orange and blues.
Orange?
Come on, son. Those bows? Crazy.
And listen, I feel like the orange and blue Bo Jacksons, while they meant everything to people around the world, I feel like they meant something extra special to New Yorkers because of the Knicks colors
Nets.
and what y'all could do with those and the Knicks jerseys and just oh man.
That rings pretty
and
hard.
the Met, like you said, the Mets jersey, like it just took those to
It's
it.
a very New York shoe. I don't care. It's a very
yeah,
New York
yeah.
shoe, and it's a shoe that's still the design of that shoe
Yeah.
is unlike no other, right?
Unlike any other.
Unlike any other. So that was one. Even I would tell you that I never had this pair, but the black and gray ones were dope too.
I had the black brown.
Those were dope too, pretty dope too as
love
well.
those. I love them.
The patent leather Jordans. Which one? I forgot.
The
Which
11s?
Yeah, the patent leather, black and white.
The white joints with the black black
That
patent
was
leather
a
on.
shoe that
I was out of J's by then, but yeah.
that one. I'm gonna name more than 5. So
That's hey, it happened.
the black and red. Which black and red ones was that?
Not the bread joints.
Not the
Not the
red-
ones.
Not the ones. I forgot which pair was that. I think the 13s
Okay.
were really dope to me. Oh shit, you got me going down memory lane, man.
It's a lot of joints.
It's a lot of joints.
Those were sneakers that whereas like I had them, I felt accomplished.
Yeah.
Why you get that feeling? When
Yeah.
I don't need
get the
anything
shoe.
else.
yeah, right. I could have $2 in my pocket, but look.
I felt that way. I felt that way early on with my Pradas.
Oh,
My
come
first
on,
pair
man.
of America's Cup Pradas.
America's Cup.
There was a pair of Gucci sneakers that I got one time, and I was like,
America's Cup.
these are them. These are them.
These are them.
Yeah.
So there was a time. So you talked about the America's Cup. The America's Cup shoe It wasn't.
we
We're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it.
Go,
Let's open it
go,
up.
go, go.
Let's open it up. It was the time where Red Monkeys were out. If I don't know if you were a fan of those.
This
There's
guy was
a
the
couple.
biggest guy.
A
Yes.
couple of
Yeah,
those,
yeah,
right?
I did a couple of Red
Okay,
Monkeys.
okay, do a couple of those.
Beatles.
So the circa we're talking about is what? Mid 2000s?
Mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I would say like 2008.
Yeah, something like that.
6, 7, 8, somewhere around
Around
there.
here, right? The America's Cup Pradas were in the high top. Not
Yeah.
the lows, not the lows.
Both.
You had both.
The high tops are super hard though.
High tops super
With the-
hard.
with the
They
scrap.
won. They
with the
yeah.
scrap.
With
Does
the
it have a
scrap.
scrap? It has a scrap.
I regret giving mine up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I do
Just
too.
but you know I'm in a space where I'm just not holding on to stuff. Like I trimmed down a lot, but son, I scrolled through some pictures just yesterday and I saw me in San Francisco with the black on black high top joints with the straps just hanging off.
The straps, you
and I
gotta
was
have
like,
That's San Francisco.
it's still to this day. To this day,
to this day,
a dope shoe.
it's
Hands down.
Dope shoe.
the most versatile shoe ever created. Arguably, if you got an argument out there, please let me know.
Right.
The most you can play basketball in them.
Right.
You can wear them to a wedding. You can wear them to work, or you can just go out in the street. And
You
and
can
chill.
win a foot race.
Win a foot race.
Or go to court.
You can go to court with
Or
those.
go to court like I did. Or go to court like I did. You know, a traffic violation. Don't worry about it. Traffic violation. Put them right
Don't
there.
ask questions, yo.
Don't ask questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or go to court. We're in the foot race. Or go to court.
So
Yeah.
let's check some heat, brother.
Yeah.
You brought some joints.
Rock. I mean,
Let's check some heat. Let's move this out the way here.
And I need this to be stated because
Right.
you're you know, and people will obviously start to look on your gram and stuff like this after this.
Right.
You know, your range of footwear
Guys all over.
is
crazy.
vast.
Right.
And so there are luxury brands in there.
Yep.
There are, you know, the Heat, the sneakerhead Heat, the regular Impact guy who just grabs this because it completes the outfit. I'm interested to see the joints you selected for today based on the range that you're capable of.
So it's funny. I had a conversation with my girlfriend about this. Right. She was like, "You just buy things, and then you just leave them there. You don't wear them once. You just buy things, and you don't take care of them." Right? She's like, "You just buy it. And you don't."
Right.
And my thought process is because we come from the era of we have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a
I-
thing. There's
I
an
got
era that
it.
we come from. It's like, we have it.
I know,
We don't
yo.
have it.
I got
to
that.
wear it. I got that. Oh,
I
you
got that.
It's kind of like almost a collector's item, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things
Yeah.
we're collecting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, you got those pair of Gucci's and you only wore them twice."
Yeah, but
I got them and I did that.
I did that. Now I got these new joints.
So I got these
to
new
wear this
joints,
and
right?
that.
I got these new joints. So let's put a little heat. I probably only gonna wear these once. I'll let y'all do it.
Let's do it. Let's do
I'll
it. Joe,
let
Joe, do
let
it.
I'll
Joe,
let
please,
Joe.
please.
Well, first off, we're going. I got an Air Max box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That-
these are what I think they are,
Okay.
I'm gonna feel some type of way.
All right. Well, all right.
Let's go.
Get your feelings hurt.
Let me. I think they are what. God damn it! I just said if they are what I think they are, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Give me one of them shits. Give me one of them shits.
Let me, and I need this to be on. I need this
get my
to
sound
be
effect.
on record right now. Right? I'm going to grab my phone.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a text message,
Okay.
and I want you to see what's the date of that text message,
July 9th.
which would be
Today, right?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
What did I say right here?
I wanted those bad. Those had the picture on the back. I was gonna grab them and hold them for yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a fine line.
That's the universe just working itself.
It's a fine line between I wanted to get those and I got those.
Got them. There's a problem. There's a problem.
It hurts.
Getting them.
It hurts.
Because the video of my cousin Tim out in LA, shout out to Tim, he had the other ones that I wanted. I wanted both of them.
Right. The
Because
orange
these
and these are the gray.
the
I'm not,
colors
I'm
on
not, I'm not
these,
even.
man.
I'm not even a tough. I'm not a tough guy by any stretch, right? But I'm over here. I'm ready to take the 19. What was it? Probably the 80s b-boy stance.
Put your
like,
foot
yo,
next to his.
size you wear?
What size you wear?
Because I see a 9 in these right now. I'm like, yo, I got like,
But look at the sole, because
Oh, it's tough.
I'm already
I know.
in here.
I
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're
I
talking
just didn't want to cut them off. I'm sitting there like,
about.
yo, son.
Okay. All
Joe,
right.
go ahead, please.
Go
Oh, Joe already got the soles out.
I'm here for all
insoles
of it.
out?
First and foremost, I need to make sure that there aren't any other shoestrings,
Laces.
Let's see, I think,
any other laces.
No, so he comes with the, key, well, he'll talk about it. It comes with a keychain.
Yeah. They got a
Something's
keychain.
on your side.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a cool keychain.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I haven't seen these before.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
I missed these.
So these are a Japanese brand, if I'm not mistaken.
Casino?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's a
Casino.
Japanese brand.
So it's a Japanese brand collab.
Yes.
Yes. And there were two colorways. There was this colorway, and the other one was more fall colors with orange and burgundy. And but the dope part about it is the majority of the advertisements for them, they had them side by side, 1 foot and 1 foot.
Yeah.
And God, all right. So
It's a lot. It's a lot.
this
Joe, I'm depending on you right now.
Yeah. Get it together.
These are so
Pull it together,
crazy.
Joe.
These are so crazy because of the detail that comes along with them. Like they left nothing to chance, right?
Nothing.
So nothing has been skipped. You talk about underneath the sole. First, it's a completely clear sole,
Yeah.
It's
and
like
it's
a,
on purpose for you to see the pigeon
lavender
underneath.
tone.
Yeah.
I would say that it's not a pigeon. It's
What
a
is
duck.
it? A duck.
A duck.
Duck. Forgive me.
Yes.
So you got the duck underneath. Now you've got this little flower here on the toe, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And
But-
the actual swoosh is like a tree branch because it
It's a
got
branch.
leaves coming off of it.
Absolutely. So you've got that. Then you've got, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different textures
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
right? So
6. You got
6.
suede, leather,
Granite leather.
This is like a
granule
wool.
leather.
It's a
You
wool.
got-
This is a wool right there.
This is like
cow hair.
like a
mohair.
mohair,
like
or
mohair.
I guess it's supposed to be the duck. So it would be the duck here.
and this top part is a whole different type of wool. situation
Yeah,
from the
that's
other
wool, but then this is suede
rough
around.
suede. The rough suede is nasty, son.
Man,
I just love them because of the craftsmanship.
The craftsmanship.
That's one thing that. So I watch you guys do this, right? And
Yeah.
What being from the culture, what we emphasize is craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Where you can tell that Nike and the collaborations really put in some thought.
Just some
behind
time. Yeah.
right into the effort of craftsmanship because
Yeah.
you're not going to get this as a knockoff. It's too
No,
much.
It's too much.
There's too
You
much
can't do that.
detail involved. And now we're talking about the insole.
The insole is like a cork
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
styled,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actual
but
cork.
it's not.
It is.
It's not
They
thick,
made it in that way.
but it's all cushiony,
Right.
right? And so, listen, I'm gonna do something today that I've never done on any of our unboxings before.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to tell the world
Right.
that after seeing these
Yes, sir.
and the conversation with my cousin Tim out in LA, I'm getting these now. I'm telling you now. So if this is the first on record, quote unquote, bite ever,
I'm getting these.
I'm getting these duck joints.
And we
Period.
forgot the keychain.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. The keychain is nasty. The big silver ring.
Now I'm gonna let you rock because that was on your joint. It wasn't
Yeah,
on mine.
yeah,
So
Yeah. So
Yeah. And
Well,
it's-
one
and it's-
last thing before we switch.
Hold on.
The tongue is like the craftsmanship on the butter leather on the tongue is crazy, son.
Yeah.
And then
You can see the exposed foam on the
in
tongue too. It's a rough cut.
in between the two layers of quality leather, because there's a cream leather underneath. And then there's the charcoal leather on the top, and then they put that foam in between,
It's a very
stitched
good
it
cop.
together.
It's a very, very good cop.
I ain't come to play with you boys.
And
I
then
ain't come to play with
the
y'all.
off And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna chase this little red stripe down. Y'all can't see this, but around that right there, whenever I wear what I'm gonna wear, when I get these,
Right. They're gonna have a red.
it's gonna have something red small in
a
it.
little accent.
Let me make
for
a couple points. One, if he gets these, because I'm gonna get to that in a second, he could get a shirt that has red on the inside tag, and it matches. I know it's there. You don't see it, but it's there. Second, if these are more than $30 over regular price, Joe's not gonna get them.
They are, and I'm telling you,
You gonna do it?
I didn't get them until now.
You gonna step up?
I am. They were at my threshold.
We are making history.
Now,
My
because
levels
of
is crazy.
these joints are nuts.
Nuts. This is a very good grab, son.
Yeah, thank you.
Good
Appreciate it.
cop. Very good cop.
Golly.
This is a quality shoe. But listen, so we didn't even talk about the Nike joint right here. It's like wood. It's wood.
It's wood.
Yeah.
It's
You know
official
what I'm saying?
wood. Yeah.
It's wood, B.
Yeah.
Like they crush these.
Yeah.
The whole
The
tag,
Japanese.
It's all Japanese.
The Japanese.
Yeah.
I feel like singing Elephant Man so bad.
And they weren't released in the U.S.
Huh?
These were not released in the U.S.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? I had to cut this out. Yo, look at the keychain has the fabrics on it.
Oh, the fabrics that
Same
came.
fabric
I didn't know
that's-
that.
Leather in the
The same fabric that's stitched into the back here.
The
is
keychain got the
stitched
fabrics
into
on
the-
it.
Oh, I gotta actually use this.
You gotta use that.
I gotta. This gotta go.
Whenever you wear these, you gotta put that on your key.
Oh, and put on my belt loop like you used to do back in the day. Put on my belt loop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Right here.
Yo, these is hard, son.
I'm getting these.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what happened.
What's up?
Well, I'm looking at the lavender, but if you see towards the front, it kind of gets lighter, and it's
Yeah.
just because of what's underneath, the
Underneath,
underlay
yeah.
on the.
'Cause this is a clear
It's
sole.
nice. It's nice. They did a great job, and then the off-white, the cream, not off-white, but the cream mid sole is a really good touch. I love just the cream throughout, and it has no white except for the tag.
Okay,
You know what I'm
on the
saying?
top,
That's the
right,
only
right.
white on it, and it's not even super bright either. I mean, they just did a great job, and there's a little bit of white on the bird too. And then cream check on the outside, and then this I don't know what we call this color. You know what I'm saying? On the inside.
I just caught something. The tab. These, what they did with this sneaker is incredible.
Oh, it's leather.
It's
Leather,
leather.
though. It's leather, baby.
Wow.
It's leather, but it's not the normal. It's not the normal one that when they put it on the tongue, it's just a little just a little slit, right? That this would slide through. They actually wrapped it and stitched it. This is like a hook.
Oh, I see.
That's
I
a
see.
whole
Yeah.
hook.
Yeah, look at that right there. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
No, it's really no, man.
I've got a style tip that I'm gonna give you off camera after this.
Okay.
Something that you're gonna need.
Okay.
That I found because of the last couple pairs I got have this off-white sole and strings.
Yeah. All right. No.
Yeah, and the numbers on it right
Yeah.
now.
You coordinate. like you know,
telling you.
shout to pops. You coordinate.
Yo, these are incredible.
That
son.
rough suede it does
This
it to me, man.
gray.
I love that. Hard, son.
I ain't coming to play with y'all, man. You know, we put this right
hard.
here. All right. So we're talking about designer shoes, and I said, you know what? For when I'm on the show, I'm going to do a thing called designer unboxing. I'm going to pull that in. So you may have other guests up here. They may.
You will be back,
I
for
will
sure.
bring some type of high fashion.
That's what you do.
To this, to the show. So here, guys, here you go. I'm gonna let you. So these are Gucci, by the way, right?
Joe got the last one.
These are Gucci. These are Gucci.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Oh, heavy.
So there is a pair that I was hoping we would get to see.
at this.
They weren't these, but
Yeah.
Do you know what these are?
No, I don't.
No.
It was a completely different brand. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
no.
was,
We're just gonna get right to it, man. We're not gonna sit here and act like I know what he might be doing. Here we go. Here we go. It's a lot. The box itself is nuts, right?
Let me see this here.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about a luxury brand.
The texture on the box.
The texture on the box
So there's a lot of things out here with different luxury brands, right? So your luxury brand is
Dust
going
bags.
to give you
with the dust bag.
You're always, we talked about Prada earlier, you're always gonna get a dust bag with a luxury
a
brand.
dust bag with a luxury brand. Then you'll get the box, right? So you'll see the box has this embossed or raised,
whatever it is.
debossed,
Raised
raised
grail.
grail
Yeah,
on the box and the heaviness of the box.
The heaviness of the box itself.
Right? Quality. So we're talking about quality here, right? So if you're paying up, north of
A number.
$600, right? So let's put that out there. You will get this as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just note something. So when we talking about sneakers and you talking about going on towards a site, when a sneakers release is like $150. When it's on the site, it's like $230. What do we call that? We just call it a markup or whatever it is.
We'll go with that.
But you see what he just said? He said north of. See, when you go into the luxury brands, you start using terms like north of. You know when north of gets involved? You talk about some different things, right?
You see this a lot in gentrification.
Gentrifying my shoulders now. This guy just said
Whiskey and
north
Kings
of.
the unboxing has officially been gentrified.
Gentrified. This guy just said north of.
I think we got a Wegmans and a Starbucks coming in.
Right.
There's a Trader Joe's somewhere around there.
It's the Trader Joe's close.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, so.
All right.
What,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Joe.
Go ahead. I'm just looking at some
the,
things.
The dust bag, individual dust bag, each joint, and it has kind of like the potato sack type of vibe, right? With the Gucci joint on it. Burlap. North of the potato sack. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is tough, son. Oh, so these are just extra string. It's the same
strings,
exact string,
yeah,
but it's just
yeah,
an
yeah,
extra
yeah.
set.
Extra string. Yeah.
Man, okay, all right. Clearly you haven't worn these yet.
No. So I would tell you, right? So where you design luxury brands, Gucci is one of them. That
Yeah.
sizes really are. It's depending upon the actual make of the shoe. So I am a size 9. And these are a 7.5.
U.S.
US. These are
Word.
7.5 US. So it's dependent upon the make.
That is a
the
major
style of the
difference,
shoe.
bro. So you can
So
go get
it-
another Gucci and it can be
It can
an
be a 9.
8.5
So
or a
I
9.
have another pair of Gucci, and there are 9s. There are 42s. This is a 7.5.
So are you finding guidance on that online when you're going to grab these joints?
No, so I actually go
How'd
to.
you know?
So
I was about to say,
So
you
this-
don't do this online.
So this one, right? So you have to go. So these particular pair of Gucci's, you have to go to the Gucci store. to
Okay,
get these.
indeed.
So
So
they
you
have
know them.
So they have 3 different styles, different colors. This blue and this particular blue is at the Gucci store.
Okay, all right.
So there's a gray you can find at Nordstrom's. You can find at different places, different retail. But that blue is only sold at the Gucci store.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
It's it's interesting. I was talking to my daughter was looking at some sneakers, some Gucci sneakers that she wanted, and I told her she was gonna buy them online, and I told her not to.
Okay.
It was gonna be her first official big girl, sneaker
Right,
purchase.
Yeah.
And I told her not to cheat herself out of the experience.
We'll
Right.
touch on that.
And so I told her not to even go to Saks or Nordy's or Neiman's, any of those, unless she was going to the Gucci section. Like if you go to Neiman's, it's different. They actually have the Gucci area. But I told her to go to the Gucci store and get the full experience of purchasing your sneaker at that price from that place.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spend that money and it's your first purchase, you want the experience of someone putting on some gloves and putting your box in a bag and wrapping it specifically.
Yeah.
Offering you some water, or all of
Glass
those
of
things that
champagne,
go along
possibly.
with it, or some champagne if you're in that level of spending. But it's important. I thought it was important for her to experience that. And I'm glad that you said that this is
Store
that we're
only.
drawing the line in the sand in terms of, sneakers that we looked at earlier from where we purchased them, and that No, this is an experience shoe.
Yes, it's an experience.
This is an experience shoe. You gotta go sit down and try them on and someone asks you what size you wear. No, don't tell me what. I'll tell you. Just fit these on.
So the fabric on the paper on the inside of the shoe.
Feel that.
It's different.
It's different.
This is not. Yeah.
This is not just.
This isn't a ball wad of plastic.
I want to repurpose this.
This is like 10 ply.
10 ply, huh?
10 ply. Yeah.
The entire inside is leather. It's just plush leather on the inside, butter leather on the inside.
The padding on the tongue.
The padding on the tongue is right. You know what I'm saying? It's leather on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a beautiful. I gotta show you some joints that I got that. These make me think about. And then the soles. I mean, the comfort looks. Have you tried them on?
I've tried them on. So I tried them on in the store, right? And I tried that one on. But this, like you look at the comfort.
Yeah, these soles make me.
The sole itself is
feel
a
like
chunky.
it's really
It's a chunky sole. It would also remind you of if you have some Alexander McQueen's.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So the McQueen's, I could kind of see Gucci ripping off, quote unquote, the thick sole of the McQueen's as well. And they also did something too with the Gucci. You see there.
Yeah.
the heel,
We'll get a close up on that.
On the heel, right?
Yeah, and that follows on the bottom too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I love the font that they chose.
Yeah.
I love it because that's not that bubble letter font.
Yeah.
Is not, it's not typical of the Gucci font that you find on.
Right.
Normally, if it's there, it's filled in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that this is white and it's the bubble letter.
And then you also look at the classic Gucci print.
Yeah.
Which makes these again,
Interlocking G's.
Like where we talked about wearing that Prada America's Cup, right?
Yes, sir.
Where you could wear this maybe to court, your business, or if
I wouldn't wear these to court.
Depending on what you're going for.
What you going for?
I wouldn't wear these to court. Ever.
So you either or out to a particular day party or what function, they can serve for multiple purposes, right? Just because of the classic.
Oh yeah, you can dress these up.
You can dress them up.
You really can't dress these down too much.
Yeah.
It's
You
no
know where
dressing
Joe
these
goes
down.
with this. This is I'd toss a suit and a t-shirt on with these in a heartbeat.
That's easy money. That's easy money right
Very,
there.
very, very.
Easy
Absolutely.
money.
Very.
I like the gold interlocking G's on the back.
Yep.
Which is a play on the tan. However, there's like a pewter gray around instead of, which is an interesting choice that I think is really dope.
And you want to? I'll double back. That's why I think I would draw my attention to him. It was the gray.
The gray piece.
It was that gray and that blue.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankee fan.
Right,
So I'm a New York. I'm a Yankee fan. This kind of gives me.
Yankees?
Does it give you a Yankee
I see what you're
vibe?
doing.
Does it give you a
get it.
Yankee vibe? Right. So it definitely does give you that same vibe.
Yeah, those are hard, man.
I won't mention. I guess I'm saying I won't mention it.
No, you have to
mentioning
mention
it
it.
at the same
Yeah.
time. I won't mention my blue and white Air Max because it's not the same. But in terms of when you get that, I'm saying when you get that gray, navy blue, and white, that's so pronounced. It's.
You don't
it's a
see
sure
the
win.
you don't look at these and think factory, assembly line kind of thing. You think about somebody putting time and effort into the shoe.
Yeah, that's a really good
You know what I'm
point,
saying?
right? So, and I think that's where the designer shoe, shoes set themselves apart.
Yeah.
It's because of you feel the craftsmanship more, and that goes back to the Nikes that we just previously looked at. There's a craftsmanship there that you understand, and then you see there's a next level of craftsmanship when it comes to this, right? A higher end material when we talk about the leather, the extra the attention to detail, because that again when we talk about the heel, right? So there are things on when you purchase a high end, north of your gentrification shoe,
Gentrification shoe
that you would want to look at, right? So the Pradas were really the Prada shoe for me was my first introduction into the high end, right?
Yep.
As an adult, right? We talked about Bally's before, but as an adult, the Prada was like, okay, the patent leather here is different from the Jordan patent leather.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? The craftsmanship here is different from any other.
It makes you question.
Makes you question.
What
like,
were they using over there?
What factory are you guys?
Where, what was that?
It's kind of like and the three of us all have had one of these. You have one now. It's kind of like when you get that Range Rover
Yeah.
and you're like, this isn't the same wood that's in
The Ford.
the
Tahoe.
or the Cadillac.
The Cadillac.
you
Or
know
the-
what
or
I
the
mean?
Escalade.
Like,
This is actual wood.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
You know
different.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
Some
so
trees
you're
died
right.
for this.
There-
but-
you tend to, and just for conversation's sake, I will pull these back over, because even when you're talking about how we just ranted and raved about the leather on these, there's still a different level of leather here.
It is, but at the same time, it doesn't take away from it.
Not at all.
It doesn't take away from it like that.
Not at all. But what
Yeah.
we're saying is, from the perspective of,
Yeah, it's
you're
different.
paying a different number for this.
It's different.
And he's saying there's a reason why.
There
it's a
has
reason
to be
why,
a
yeah.
reason why,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like we just ranted about the craftsmanship and the attention and the leather and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then the gentrification shoe showed up, and now you're like, yeah, that was a great coffee shop, but this is Starbucks.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'll ask you, because I've been pressing this. This just feels like all foam down here.
Yeah. So
Is it comfortable?
as fuck.
Because it feels, and then
to be-
inside this you feel it as you press the insole. It just feels like cloud. But I just wanted to,
It is really comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is really comfortable. So we talked about
These are
Range
tough.
Rovers. We talked about the hydraulic system in the Range Rover.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
know.
it.
I
That's
know.
it.
right there, huh?
That's it, right? We know about you can tell that these are. Then there's a heaviness of the shoe,
Yeah.
It's
right?
right.
You talk
Yeah.
about the.
I was about to get to that.
Right?
Yeah,
It's not
nothing.
light, but this is a certain heavy. I think
No,
most of
no. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right,
It's
right.
not heavy as far as weight.
sturdy.
But there's like a we're
what I
comparing to the
mean?
range,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so
yeah,
when I first got when I had my Range, I had a Tahoe before that. And when I got my Range and I got on the road with it, I realized that sitting in it, it felt like it was so secure and so sturdy. You know what I'm saying? And the suspension, everything was just like a whole other level. And I think that is what
great
you might be
comparison.
getting at
Yeah, that's-
with
yeah.
this shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not heavy. It's very light to the as far as weight. But when you feel this shoe, you get the sturdiness. You get this shoe is not gonna fail you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fail you, baby.
No, that's 100% right, man. That was the comparison I was going for, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like the
Dope,
attention
son.
to detail on the sole. Gucci wants you to know that we were here.
Yes, they do.
We stepped here. You know what I
Stepped here,
mean?
right? You go into some dirt.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna do that.
No.
But my prints are here. Trust and
Yeah,
believe that.
yeah,
This is a tough joint, man. These I like the colors. I definitely
Yeah,
like,
I love the colors of these.
I like how the level of detail for comfort is even there when you notice that there's extra padding here will be right under your ankle. So that little area that this is supposed to fall under is still padded for if you tie it, it still has a comfortable feel
You're not gonna cut off your. You're not gonna cut your foot off.
Nah, man, this ain't no chuckers, baby.
This ain't the
ain't
Rod.
no chuckers.
This ain't a Rod Laver right here.
Man, yeah, right. And the Rod Laver. This is not that. Yeah, man, these are.
Damn, Rod Laver.
Rod Laver will get you,
Those
baby.
joints will
Woo.
sever your foot from your.
Them ostrich joints I got, I wore one time. I was like, yeah, my foot's about to fall off. But I got them.
I also like here the tab, the Gucci tab here.
I do too, man. It's so simple.
It's a nice little fabric that is not found anywhere else here,
Yeah.
And it just says Gucci.
and it just says.
In little print, like
But
little font.
but look at something that they did. It's not centered,
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
and that's on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's purposely done.
Yeah, it's me.
What do they call that in film? The lower third.
Yeah.
Lower third.
The lower third.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit you with the lower third. huh?
Yeah, they did something there where I just picked up on that.
I'll be doing the lower thirds in Adobe Premiere when I edit this.
Yeah.
Lower thirds, baby. All day.
That's tough.
Tough, son.
appreciate
it, man.
Appreciate it.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
You
But before we go, I don't know if you're
yeah.
about to transition.
Go ahead,
something
son.
else. Before we go, I think it's important for us to discuss what you brought with you today.
Oh.
On your
that
foot.
was my. Oh, okay. All right. There's
Yeah,
no problem
because-
with that. Yeah.
Because
So,
those are
yeah,
those
yeah,
puppies are
yeah.
worth the discussion
This
too.
is also- yeah,
this
we-
guy just didn't show up in a pair of chucks.
Man, some Rod Lavers. I didn't show them Rod Lavers. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I have to, come to the show. It's a class. I can't just come here.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
And some Chuck Taylor.
Appreciate the
Make
respect.
sure I have to respectable.
Shout out to the Chucks.
Yeah, because I'm sure somebody will show up with some Chucks that are just nuts.
And if they do, tell them that don't come on my segment. All right. Okay. So I did these.
Yeah, the concept.
Yeah.
So these are the concept Air Maxes. Yeah. StockX, again, there's a whole thing with StockX, but I still mess with them.
I was going to ask you about.
You're hilarious rocking on StockX.
I was just about to say the tab there. That's interesting.
So there's I actually just pulled these out the box today.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So these are fresh out the box, made, particularly for the show. And I would say with this, right? So if you guys just check them out, check these out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, check them out real quick, man. I mean, look again. Probably how many different types of fabric on there?
It's a lot. It's
a lot.
The velvet tongue. Come on.
Velvet tongue. There are also velvet shoelaces as well that come with the shoe. And you have denim on there. The stonewash, bandana print.
Bandana shit on the back.
It's crazy.
Tough.
Yeah.
So the idea behind the concepts is that it's an ode.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
So the idea behind the concepts is the reason why there are so many prints and so many bold patterns, and they came out with three different colorways. Is they are an ode to Woodstock.
I can see that.
So the fabrics are supposed to be everything that you would have seen people wearing at Woodstock.
That makes sense.
Which is why
Especially
you have
check.
all this moshing of so many things. You've got corduroy on the inside. You've got velvet here. You've got stonewash. And on each of the toe, there are these three symbols that are stitched in.
Okay.
Those symbols were also an ode to Woodstock. And so they show up differently on the three different versions. Obviously, these are stitched in white, and it's tough to see because of the stonewash gene that's here, but that's it. And then you've got the flower power, which is why there's a flower on into the night sign of all of them. And again, you've got the velvet tongue, which is padded. You've got the green for the grass. You've got these have the cow print, which is it's not mohair, it would be cow hair. And then you've got kind of the Native American, I guess that's the best way of saying it, that wraps around, but that has concept written inside. You've got the purple corduroy again here. It's just a mashup of so many different colors and blends and everything.
And even the midsole itself, they went with like the specs on the bottom
Just
of
on
the
the bottom
midsole.
half
The
of it,
top
not
of the
the whole
midsole is
thing.
still cream.
Yeah, that's
like
dope.
Yeah, it's me.
That's
It's
really
a nice
dope.
little detail right there.
Yeah. And
Only on the side
bandana.
though. On the back, the specs go all the
goes
way
all
to
the
the top
to
on
the
the
top.
back. But
Yeah.
on the side, it has the cream on top. So that's tough.
And I would say also, man, the comfort level is there too, right? So
Yeah.
I would say if we had to do comfort from 1 to 5, it's a 5.
I mean, at one point in time, Air
I think
Max.
those are different.
the
you
Air-
have the other one. I think the symbols on the other. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
At one point in time,
The
the Air
symbols were
Max,
different
the
on
Air Max
one of
1,
those. Oh, okay.
the Air Max 1 was the most comfortable shoe out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This joint, when I remember rocking these when I was a kid, so, and those are the most comfortable joints out. So
I would ask you, what's your most comfortable shoe?
right now,
Yeah.
I would say it's a toss up between the Yeezy 350s and the Adidas Ultra Boost DNA joints.
I would say it's Kanye makes a comfortable damn shoe.
He makes an incredibly comfortable shoes. Even the 500s is crazy, and the 380s too. But the 350s, I mean, it's just a beautiful situation. Like that Ultra Boost, the Boost technology is just fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the most comfort. Adidas, Nike is getting close with the React, but that fucking Boost, man, it's out of control, son.
Yeah.
I just bought my daughter the Yeezy slides.
Yeah.
Orange joints. I couldn't bring them because she hasn't taken them off her feet
bet.
for the past week or so. So there's something I just noticed.
Yeah.
They did the speckles after. And I have speckled Air Maxes, even ones that I designed on Nike.com and other ones that came with it. The speckle is even splattered on the air bubble.
Oh, you can see it on the bubble. So
Yeah.
they just threw them shits on there random like that.
So somebody just went like this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
That's dope.
Because then they made a conscious decision to only, and you could actually see the line.
Yep.
They made a conscious decision to.
I call that the Bob Ross effect.
The Bob Ross. Shout out to Bob Ross, man. You know what I'm saying?
These are tough, man.
So watch
These
this.
are tough.
You know, you just brought up something. For me right now, the Yeezy runners. We talking about shoe comfort.
Oh, I haven't tried them on.
The runners, bro.
runners?
Yeah.
The runners are comfortable because they have the Yeezy Boost, and then you have the technology of
Wait a
that
minute.
Croc.
They got boost. They got boost in the runners.
It's that Croc comfort boost
Right.
kind
The
of
foamy
foam.
thing.
Yeah, it's that whole concept, bro.
Yeah, I don't have a pair of them joints, man. But I've never been a Croc guy, but I'm saying them Yeezy shits got me interested.
Man, they spark you up, man. It's
crazy, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, man, this is great, yo. I knew it was gonna be good. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Good
Stuff,
stuff.
yo,
Come here,
whiskey-
play with y'all.
Good whiskey,
Come here,
good
play with y'all,
sneakers.
man.
You know what I'm saying, my guy, man. Where do you want people to find you, man? Where can people find you, son?
Yeah, bro. See me when you see me. Out here, you know what I'm saying? See me when you see me.
Indeed.
I'll put that out there and catch me on the next one. I'll probably be on a couple. Do
Yeah,
a couple
no,
more
no.
of these.
Anytime, son. Just heat check.
Anytime,
This is the
heat
first heat check, and I think it was a success.
We do a little designer. We call it gentrification.
Yeah, we got the
Sneaker
gentrification section.
gentrification.
Joint.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
my boys with me, man, and we, let's do another one, man.
Appreciate you, homie.
Of course.
All
Of course.
love, son.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
of course.
This
of
is
course.
Crew Love, man. You know what I'm saying? Whiskey and Kicks unboxing. We out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Brocky, keep talking about whiskey and kicks.